And we're back. Time for the second map between these two teams. Singularity, good start, terrible finish. MiBR, terrible finish, great finish. Terrible start, great finish.
There we
Okay,
go.
there we go. Back in the room. So it's Mirage now, right?
Mirage.
I mean, what do you know much about Singularity on Mirage?
We saw them actually the 2 weeks ago, whatever, when they played, and again they started off hot, started off good, and then it's kind of dropped the ball. So I saw potential on Mirage, but again,
It's
couldn't finish.
a great map, I think, especially for the newer, younger teams right now, just in general, because it's so played. It's played so much. If you're going to know any map, it's going to be Mirage. But the problem is it's MiBR. And I think that what we saw in the last map, we're not going to see we're not going to see like a T side that's so terrible like it was on the previous map. It's going to be good enough that they're going to get a bunch of rounds. And their CT side is going to be, again, what we saw there, where they just know how to play a basic CT side, and they have the individuals. And I think, we saw Fur going off. That's always a good sign if you're going to go into a Mirage for MiBR.
Yeah. I also think that MiBR's CT side might be a little trouble, again, for Singularity. Again, on Nuke, MiBR is pushing. They're always in the right spot at the right time. Really good rotation on Nuke. And so you look at a map like Mirage, well, you might have Fallen push up A ramp. You might have Fallen B one round. Who knows? They like to mix it up. They can change it up and be random. And so if you're Singularity, you can't just do set piece strats. You can't just be so transparent. You have to fake. You have to bait, especially against MiBR's play style.
I'm interested to see what the odds are looking like, because if they started with Singularity at 5 at the beginning of the previous map, I don't know. I can't imagine a better. They've got to be worse by now.
But they did kind of do well at the start, so maybe it will lower a little bit because they had the potential. I don't know how that works.
Me neither. Can we see the updated odds, please? They are on the way. They're on the way.
On the way.
What do you think? Higher or lower? There we go. So it's about the same. It's slightly got worse, or better, I suppose, depending on your perspective. But I think MiBR, I think you have to favour them at this point if you didn't before. If you were in that 20%, that 20% has to be smaller. I feel like Nuke was maybe a given. Maybe it was they had to win that, I would say. But they only won one round in that second half. That was it.
It's harder to find, if you want to play a lazy T side, it's harder to find spots on Nuke. Super hard to get players into position. Really, really hard. But on Mirage, it would be super easy for them to do that. And then on the CT side, you're going to see Fur pushing all over the place. You're going to see underpass pushes, ramp pushes. You're going to see Fallen, close with an AWP on pits. Maybe palace pushes, like mid takes on the CT side, and that's just like the CT side. And so, I think it's going to be too much for Singularity to deal with. Personally, I think we're going to see these situations where there's too many untraded kills going in the favor of MiBR. I think that's going to be what will break the back of Singularity, because even if they make some good plays, I think there'll be just be too much damage on the way in through these choke points and so on. So that's what I'm worried about, keeping up individually.
Again, 2 more weeks for these teams to try and qualify for LAN. The previous 3 weeks, the winner of the week would make it there. Now it's about prize money. It's about accruing some prize money, and you can make it to LAN as well if you pick up some tickets. ECS.faceit.com is where you can pick up those tickets. The information is down there. Season 7 finals in London, the SSE Arena, formerly known as Wembley Arena, next to Wembley Stadium. But now it's the SSE. So it's been a lot of fun. All the events we've done there, they only get better and better. MiBR once gave somebody a terrible haircut there. The old school Ronaldo World Cup haircut. It was absolutely amazing.
I just laughing thinking about it because I knew a person that had that kind of haircut and made fun of them. It's my brother.
Singularity will start on the CT side. Sheikh Zula with a smoke and a kit. Everybody else has got some Kevlar. OC really poorly walking through that gap, crawling through it rather, but he makes it there eventually. And that's a very fast pop plant in the pistol round.
I like that a lot. This is a round that I like to do myself on these pistols. Like, you guarantee a bomb plant, and that connector smoke is pretty huge, especially covering the rotation from the B-bomb site. And here we go. They've got control of jungle, so that's sort of where they've opted to dig themselves in. They've left Taco in the apartments as well, and he's the man that's going to pop out and indeed pressure the bomb itself if they try to stick it. Nice burst from Fer. Didn't see that all that often. And Fer really seems like he's kicking off here so far today. And as we're going into Mirage, that can only be an exciting prospect because it's the map where he finds a lot of action.
Burst fire.
It's so bad.
What is
Burst?
fire?
It's so bad. Because even at that distance, if you're looking straight on their head and you press burst, it might be that the bullets just go around the guy's head, and it would be guaranteed with the one click.
Feels like you're always shooting on a ladder with that thing.
Yeah, I do appreciate that he did use the burst though. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, but it's not for me though.
You gotta appreciate it.
Okay, I think I've got a feeling the first gonna get 35 plus kills in this game.
35. That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I reckon 35 plus.
All right, 35 for.
He's feeling it. He's getting really aggressive. In the last map, he really started to turn things up, turn things on. And it's a map where he is, he's known for being very hyper aggressive.
He used to hold ramp with an auto shotgun for a time on this map. Notorious for both the MP9 and the auto shotgun. That's why I have a first sticker on my auto shotty. I think I gave him a shotgun keycap. I did. There's this keycap which is made from a real shotgun shell, and I gave him one of those.
Oh right, I saw that.
Inspired by Fer.
Absolutely.
I like what Singularity are doing. This shows great discipline. There's no reason to try to feed kills, especially with Deagles. Deagles will get a lot of value, potentially, if you get to play with them in the next round. But never mind, because Fer will kill everyone. So there you go. Another 3 kills for Fer.
6.
6 kills now. 3 plus 3. Wait, hang on. Let me get this Abacus.
Can you confirm?
Confirmed?
3 plus 3 is 6. Dan's done it the analog way, and he has confirmed it is correct.
I've
All
reset.
is true.
I reset the Abacus. I reset the Abacus like an Etch a Sketch now. It's back to
Those
0.
were hard. Those weren't easy. You shake it and it resets.
Everything is 0. I never had an Etch a Sketch, or really anything when I was a kid.
And you wouldn't take art in college either. So deserved.
Okay, well, set piece onto the A-bomb site. That just utterly denies everything for Singularity. You got a bunch of Deagles. There's no way you're touching this round. So I don't know how they'll find value. They could maybe get some kills if there's some over-aggression. Look at what is that? Dived him backwards. Oh, I love it. Hydrex, a nice one, but another 3 kills for Fer, so he's up to 9 now. Just buy Mac 10 again, do it. No. Double orbs. Oh, I respect it. Off straight away, round 4, double orbs. I respect it. The interesting thing is that if it is much more likely, it is likely, I would say, that MiBR will not go for a fast set piece. So I think the orbs do get a lot of time and value in this rounds.
Oh, he's missed. Nice sticker though.
He pays for it.
Sticker is nice. He still has his angle. Ryan can watch the lower area. Shake creeping into the pixel gap. However, Fallen was already waiting for him. That's unfortunate. Only 1 AWP on MiBR. I picked the wrong choice this time.
Yeah, that feels like a very unlikely way to get caught on the B apartments, because you're not going to hold that pixel gap without an AWP. So very strange, I think, that an AWP would be there.
I would never slow peek it like that anyways.
Yeah.
I'd always first fast peek it, maybe just, you got to cover all your angles, and especially since the Ts can get there before the CTs. So, I mean, it's just a risky play in general.
No one on the B-bomb site. We've got Hydrex, though. He's away from those flashbangs for the most part. That was a crucial shot to hit, but he missed it. And that smoke, that's pretty much a save at that point, I would say. Especially now that Ryan's been taken out as he makes his way towards market. No need to lose anything else. You simply do not have position or permission to move into the B-bomb site as far as the MiBR are concerned. 2 AWPs continue. They can be taken into the next round, although Hydrex playing containment for the time being. Another jump peak. Don't think he hit anything with that, and now he's kind of stuck in top mid.
Uh-oh.
Now, you see where that graffiti is on the wall?
Yeah.
Just to the right of that, near the fence. If I'm not holding anything, I'll stand under there with a knife. If the bomb's planted on B, people jump over, almost never check that. Free money. It's free money, people. I'm giving away the secrets.
You're giving away too much of your game secrets.
Ebook is coming soon. Ebook is coming soon.
Stop giving away all your knife spots. That's 2 today that you gave away. 2.
The Patreon's on the way. Clean shot. So Fallen, if someone jumps past, Fallen's taking him out, but same could not be said for Singularity in that particular round. But indeed, they did save the big weapons, the heavy output, the cannons.
Big green.
The cosmic inflators.
Dome busters.
OC taking some fire damage, but not too much. Window smoked off. Just enough gap to see into his short position, but nobody's there. Some flashes, which he will avoid. But he'll soon need to escape before this smoke disappears. And he will do that, looking towards the Palace position. But, oh, I feel like he's vulnerable. Mistakes being made. A more well-versed, more experienced than MiBR, punishing Singularity for any mistake. Hydrex, was he spotted? I don't think he was, but surely he's been seen now. Surely. Phelps just too far back, taken up. They know another one's under the window. They know that a player's in connector. A re-smoke from Fur, but he will be blown into a million pieces.
Easy pick for Taka, though, as he creeps out of Palace. I mean, so much action towards connector that it's difficult to watch everything, and Palace often is a great spot to push from if that's the case, as Taka just makes noise. He just wants to draw eyes if there's anyone else around the bomb site as his teammates start making their way in. Obviously also jumping across that position. If someone tries to push jungle, he can tell his teammates as well. And nades will start to follow onto the bomb site. Still a very winnable round here for Singularity, but 2 orbs on a retake, never a good look. Fallen, I'm not sure how he found that one. I think it's just maybe just a random shot through the smoke or whatever it was. It's a frag for the T side. MiBR very limited time to plant the bomb now. Sheikh Zola. There is a world where if he can just peek out and just stop them from getting the bomb plant, that he wins the round. But the bomb plant's coming in now. That's not quite an angle for him. Let's give it a go though, but it's very difficult. And oh my god, gotta be careful. Taka's coming for him. Oh, the no-scope won't connect. Headshot found by Taka. Good round from him to open things up. 5-0 for MiBR.
So the downfall was this kill right here. OC, he chose a really, really bad spot to fall back with an AWP, especially when you have no mid control, you have no cat control. So being on top of stairs is usually a death trap because you don't know if they're coming through con. They just smoked out. They just flashed like 3 times in connector. You gotta expect something.
I think that's a great example of the advantage of experience at the top level. Because if you're not always playing the top level, then you may get away with things that the top level will punish you for. Yeah. Such as that. So against a normal opponent, maybe they can do that all day, but not against MiBR.
I was going to say, because I often play connector and I get caught in that spot with an orb quite a lot. Yeah. And it's always, I'm like always struggling to find a good answer. I always feel like I'm in a terrible position because I can get attacked from 3 or 4 different spots at weird timings. Yeah, and he just scoped there as well after knowing that someone was in there, which I've made that mistake too.
It's very hard. You have to have a lot of coordination with your people on catwalk and Floppy, who's kind of right next to him near connector. If there's no one catwalk, it's just best just to fall back to CT spawn or maybe play a passive window spot, because obviously, the spot on stairs, you get smoked out, you get flashed. Like no one's just going to wide peek a spot at this high level. They're going to throw some sort of utility in that general direction. So it's just always better, maybe just a fall back, just reposition.
I was thinking that, because also one of the big dangers is a window play getting boosted in window there as well, which then they're coming from jungle also. So I completely agree. And whenever I try to open the round with connector with an AWP, I'm probably going to go back to CT or hold a jungle angle thing in the future.
Oh, denied!
Oh dear.
D_denied.
6-0. MiBR continues to climb, but the money obviously will always be there for Singularity. They take a time out though to discuss their options. But part of this again is sort of individual skill, experience, decision making, and just MiBR showing that they are better players. We'll have to see for how long that continues. Fur's on decent track, 11 kills.
Kind of slowed down.
Yeah, he did.
He went like 9 in the first
9 in the
rounds.
first 3, yeah.
He's got a long way to go.
Come on, Fur, step it up.
Wait, now, did you say 35 for the half?
No, just in the game. Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts.
Pretty ambitious.
Pretty nuts.
So Singularity, they have to find something going here. Floppy, who's been usually their consistent fragger, not really showing. I mean, you're down 0-6, but you got to try to make something happen here. And looks like MiBR throw set piece towards an A. Oh, and 2 kills coming up for Singularity, and the third one. But the kills are exchanged.
Just one guy up on Palace on the balcony here. Oh, what a great flash. That's really worked out. Nice shot from Fallen, catching the drop, but simply too many players lost. Only 1 survives for Singularity, but they have still a max loss bonus.
Welcome to the game, Singularity. It's always hardest to get that first round sometimes. You're down 0-6. You just need to get that first round, then you loosen up, start relaxing just a little bit to where you're not stressing or nervous that much.
Cat smoke. Or top mid smoke, I should say. So normal grenades offered into middle, making it look like a normal round, but in fact it's going to be a balcony burst. However, 2 men pushing a wrap. That is very suspicious. That was a flashbang. So now they know what's going on. This is really awkward. Actually, this has worked out so badly for MiBR. coldzera and Taco left with the creeks.
Double mollies towards the ramp, none touching Floppy. Would suggest he isn't there, but he is there. Doesn't manage to take out coldzera, however, but eventually he will follow up. Taco with some more grenades, but it will be Floppy with a multitude of kills from that position to get the second round for Singularity, but there's plenty more money where that came from as far as MiBR are concerned. 3 players over $7,000. coldzera fancying himself some Krieg today.
It's like the worst round for MiBR to make that play when 2 players are pushing pit. It's hilarious, actually. That sometimes in CS, the timing works out like that. Well played, Singularity. Oh, that's so nice! Wow. That's not an easy one over the flames.
That's one way to answer back. 1 player spotted in the underpass. Now, if the other player holds back a little, could be a nasty surprise. Perfectly timed Molotov. Not quite the same to say about the flashbang. That combination may suggest now that there are 2 players there, although they're smoked off. It doesn't matter so much. Through the smoke as well, Phelps gets taken out. MiBR may be running out of steam in this first half. 3 versus 4 is what MiBR are facing. Taco once again in that Palace position. Slowly creeping out. But the A spots are very passive indeed.
Yeah, this might still work out for MiBR. They've got plenty of time. They've got the A bomb site now, and they don't have any smokes. So down to Fallen to hold this. And Floppy, he's probably not peeking. I don't know if he heard the bomb get planted from there.
Should have.
The AWP is such an issue to deal with, especially in the hands of Fallen. How do they get themselves in with a fighting chance in this round? They need to collect the AWP, but because the grenade's there blocking it, it's apparently you can't pick it up with the use button.
It's like a bug in this game where sometimes E does not work.
The weird thing is that you can't pick up grenades, but I feel like what's happening is it's like, yeah, you're picking up a grenade, but grenades can't be picked up. But you can pick up grenades, but they can't be picked up. So it's just like, it's the first, do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
Yeah. They just need to fix it.
It feels like there should just be a variable where the grenades just don't register as something that can be picked up with the use key. But maybe there's not that distinction in the code. So, because obviously you can pick them up by running over them.
It is definitely a hard code thing. Even in Danger Zone, there was a certain place on a pier where when you broke a box open, if it had a pistol, the debris of the box would stop you being able to pick up the pistol with the E button.
Yeah.
And you don't want to throw, like, if you just want ammo, you don't want to throw your other pistol because it will go into the sea. Which they did make a hard fix for once I emailed them, but there are still other issues of the same family.
Same famalam. Oh no. OC's going to go beyond the smoke, and he's scoped in still. He doesn't want to unscope because unless he's absolutely sure no one's there, he's going to give his position away. But actually, what is this?
Oh my goodness, that was awkward.
That is so awkward. Amazing. Amazing.
In the meantime, MiBR will move into the A bomb site. Connector is open, however, so there are some concerns about that. The smoke comes in late. It's good enough. Looking to plant a bomb for CT, maybe. Fallen's holding an angle, very deep angle. If they were to peek, surely it would be trouble. Deep flashbang easily avoided. Fallen ready for the angle, but there's a second flash behind it. Goes back once again. Who's going to go out wide first? Ryan gets taken out. Another flashbang, and finally there's a frag for Singularity.
Golzero comes out to push forwards, and it's not working out for him. However, Taco's still in his position where he's often is, found at the balcony. He'll smoking off. Oh, that had to find the kill, I think. His furs also smoked off. They have to go through the smokes at the same time. Not believing it. It's a full defuse, no kits. Taco's the guy who's got to make it happen, but Floppy's covering for it, so now there's nothing that Fur can do. And that's 3 rounds for Singularity.
Yeah, 2 kits and the guy with no kits defusing. That makes my...
I was confused about that as well.
It's just like one of those rounds, well, if they got the kill, you would have lost.
Guess it worked out. Guess they had good positions to cover everything, I suppose.
It works. I guess it works. Not really. But whatever.
But it doesn't work. Eric, it's this bad attitude you have. You just want to criticize everything.
Criticize everything. I'm a negative Nancy.
It's not like that's literally your job on this show.
You gotta mix it up. Positive and negative. You gotta do a little bit of both.
The analysis.
More positive, though.
The man of analysis.
Analysis.
Manalysis.
Yeah.
Carpet shops in the underpass are closed for business. The rugs. They have to be purchased on another day unless they've got bolt cutters and they don't feel like paying. Mid quietly taken by MiBR. They don't really have many grenades remaining.
Ooh.
That's a big frag. Positionally, that is a big frag. Did Phelps just about spot something? I don't know. Players being wiped out on every position for Singularity.
Yeah, everyone, MiBR, everyone got a kill that round. Everyone had 1 kill.
Team ace.
And that's pretty amusing because, yeah, 5 1v1s were found. 5 1v1s were won.
That's the power of just outshooting your opponents consistently. You're able just to walk and boost window without any contestation at all. MiBR was smart, but I'm not throwing any nades or smokes or flashes to kind of give it away that they might be middle. So very risky in play, but it pays off because Singularity is kind of conditioned to play passive.
The physics definition of the word singularity. A point at which a function takes an infinite value, especially in space-time when matter is infinitely dense, as at the center of a black hole. And that might be where MiBR are going, because they've lost 2 players and some significant weaponry. AK in the hands of OC, Fallen making his way into the B bomb site. Battle Sniper sees the window is unbroken, which could be suggestive of an empty bomb site, or it could be a trap. On this occasion, it isn't the latter. Players moving around the smoke on shore. Perhaps there'll be a boost onto the bricks.
It's not an easy one. MiBR got Fallen with an AWP for this. This is going to be very strong. There's the first one. Looking for the player from Market. There is none. Spots another. Got to be careful not to overdo it. First left on the bomb site. Now Taco has to kind of fall back in the apartments towards the bomb site, but the bomb is getting very close to detonation here. First getaway his position. Tries to escape. He's done enough. He's done enough here. Taco can finish it off. There he goes. 9-3 as MiBR continue to look rather strong on this T side as expected. And the Kriegs will continue to be purchased by Cold and Taco. Kriegs. I like the Kriegs so much.
Yeah.
The first bullet accuracy is just lovely.
Gotta practice it more.
The spray is actually really easy to learn. It's just diagonally down and left. That's it.
That's it.
Don't have to do anything else. Just feels weird. Alright, Phelps in with the entry kill towards middle. Connector was Ryan tried to get some value from Connector, but instead he is turned into value for MiBR. As that position is void. And it all stands still.
Got to creep through the underpass. Ooh, the timing, looking away. What's he looking for? Flash? I guess there was a tease that Shake was in that position. Maybe he heard him jump up. Waits long enough, but doesn't get anything out of it. 4 versus 3 in favor of Singularity now at the minute mark for MiBR. Who still have presence in mid. The bomb creeping up short. Will there be a flashbang? No. Fallen just jumping around the corner, delivering the kill because Fallen. 2 players moving into market. Fallen reading he can't cross to the site in time. He's got no one to trade for him maybe. So he stays in the mid position. 40 seconds remaining and Furs in situ to cut off the players on the rotation. OC really trying to squeeze that lemon and he will get a few more drops. Last 2 players for MiBR making their way towards A. Fallen's got to get out of this choke point because he's got a bomb in his hand. If the play moves up short, then he's going to be in trouble on the A bomb site. Now ding dong from Floppy, indeed through connector. Leaving Phelps 1 versus 3. Nothing doing for him, and it's a 4th round for Singularity.
Good picks from Singularity. The Operas getting early picks each. Really opened the round down for them. Unfortunately, they are down 4-9 on the CT side of Mirage. No, even though MiBR are up 9 rounds, their money's kind of broken here, so it's like they might just do a force buy. But looked like they were undecided, late from leaving spawn. First going to try to take a shot here through the Molotov. Does not connect. They drop the scout right back to spawn.
Yeah, if they go for a mid take here, that could be really valuable because you can get fights at mid. And what you don't want with this kind of weaponry is to group up in a choke point where you can't get engagements as numbers. Middle is a great way to get some map control, to be able to take fights as a team when your equipment's not very good. And we'll see it being dealt with pretty well here so far. That flashbang was pretty well timed there to help keep Mr. OC alive in connector.
Good job, Hydrex. Way to be a support player there.
Yeah.
I like it. It's been my mission to have the most flashes in every pug that I play.
How's it going?
I've been consistently doing pretty well in that aspect. But I'm the guy that's flashing over long A dust 2 kind of thing. That's always guaranteed 3 flashes every round.
Yeah.
Well, you are an enabler.
I'm going to, next time we play together, I will get more flashes than you.
No, you won't. You don't even know how to buy flashbangs.
I do.
You don't have the binds.
Got all the binds.
Once we played with Dan, it's like, oh, I don't have a crouch button.
Except no decoy binds. If I pick up a decoy at the moment, it kind of sucks.
My decoy button's 9. It's a random number.
Yeah, I need to bind it somewhere. Anywhere.
Well. Flash into the B bomb site. Shaker's blind. Shaker's dead, but can Hydrex avenge him? He can. Molotov for a bonus kill, and there's the flank taken out from mid. Scope on scope. Pulling his knife out there. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
Maybe he had a nade he was going to. I'm not sure.
Not really safe. I think the gun is probably the best option. Now we've got a double AWP retake. 4 scopes on the map. 2 Kriegs, Fallen and Cold Zera. Where does he choose to put his grenades? Not quite sure Fallen where he should throw this. He'll throw it into the site, replenish the one by the window. That clock is ticking. This is the last round, so Ryan and OC needs to get a move on. In the smoke, Ryan's just poking and prodding, and I think it's just taking too long, really, to be a reasonable chance of a defuse. He's got a smoke to create some space himself, no scope, but he's gone the wrong way to find the bomb, and I think it's too late, but it might not be.
It's too late.
Is it going to be? It's way too late. Just too slow on the approach, and that is double figures for MiBR. 10-5 of Singularity with a late comeback for the latter. Can they continue the comeback in the second half, though? That's the question, which we answer after the break.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's a sad shame that my prediction was so awfully wrong about Fur. I predicted 35 plus kills for the
It's
game.
still second half to
And
go, Dan. Come on.
In the first 3 rounds, he got 9 kills. And then after that point, he had only 5. Which means that he had effectively almost no impact as far as the kills were concerned in the gun rounds. But that's fine, because indeed we are off to the second half, and Singularity will make their presence known towards B sooner than later. And MiBR are playing a retake, so they've got 4 players ready to respond to this. Oh no! It will be Taco on the receiving end of that, but Cold Zero is ready. There's 1. How many more can he find? Oh god, that's quite precise, isn't it?
Ooh.
Well, Floppy has put in some work, and all of a sudden, Phelps is the last man standing. Spots one by the bench, looking for trade fraggers. They start to swarm. Lovely one tap from him. He needs 2 more. You saw it in your mind's eye. They almost lined up for him. They almost took tickets in the queue. Queuing is more of a thing in the UK, you see, so maybe he's in the wrong country to get that one tap. Maybe. 4 rounds away, 4 rounds behind. Singularity, MiBR, what do they choose to do? They've done nothing. Yeah, they've bought nothing. They've spent nothing. All the keyboards are disconnected. And now they're back in with the force buy. I'd be surprised if they didn't go for it. They were Hollywooding us.
I mean, they've been doing it since pre money patch. They've been force buying for the last like 2 years, it seems like.
This is the smoke for the window. It bounces and it lands in the window. We've got plenty of flashbangs with mixed results. Hydrex is in way too soon compared to his teammates to trade. Taco gets 2 kills out of it. Cold Zero, he's just trying to run distraction now, creeping around the smoke, around the site. Picked up some toys, a lovely headshot from him. Bought plenty of time for these CZs, but the rotation is still on the way. Phelps with a scope. Didn't quite hit the mark there. Flash and a smoke for the CTs. They could... I wonder if there's some kind of smoke you can put in front of this window to help yourself get out when you know people are holding the angle. They're tight right or something like that. Maybe bouncing it off this wall. Something to investigate, because it is hard to go through, as you can see. I reckon if you bounce the smoke off the in front of the window, and then maybe have some kind of left and right click flash into the smoke, it may help a retake, or at least an entrance into the site.
Yeah, I've seen smoke plays where you could kind of bump the smoke out a little bit, and you could hop out the window and sneak right on out. It gives you enough cover.
More of that.
But they didn't think of it.
No.
They also rushed it because they didn't have to. The smoke was put down before the bomb even went down, so they were pushing before the smoke went away. Okay, well, Hydrex has found the stacks. Everyone rush B now, please. Shakesilla, he wants the kills though. It feels really comfortable when you got the scope on the Krieg out and you're just looking for those eco kills. Oh man, I definitely saw Cold getting a few kills there. We've seen how much he can do with the Deagle, but it will be shut down. Singularity will pick up their 8th rounds. Oh, that's a gun to be saved. That's kind of huge. They're going to save... Oh. Okay. They're guaranteed saving 2 guns now.
Singularity making this really... I mean, this is a very expensive round, which, as you saw right there, there's no reason to push on spawn. They have USPs. They have 1 AK on Phelps at the time.
And as we know, you can just stand in the corner in the market. And you'll be fine.
Things gonna be okay.
But instead, Krieg and an AK now collected. Lots of damage done. Let's not forget the previous round where 4 players died for Singularity against the force buy of MiBR. So MiBR, even though they had a full save pretty much, they have, you know, created a lot of damage, and they picked up 2 very important weapons. Now how so this now we enter the territory of, okay, Fur getting aggressive, Fallen making plays with the AWP. All sorts of stuff is possible now. I'm very curious what MiBR will decide.
Randomness. That is the name of the game. Are they going to go random or safe? It's always a question with MiBR.
Solid take of mid in terms of flashbangs from Singularity. Taco appears to have some grenades of his own. Lovely! That is landing perfectly. Hard to creep through that unless you just believe. Hydrex, I don't know where he is right now. Okay. Okay. Okay, not okay. Oh,
no.
surely he should have got something. 2 frags out of that.
How does he get no headshots there? That's ridiculous.
He doesn't
Can we get a
have
replay of
special
that? I want to
config.
see where those bullets went.
He doesn't have that special config.
Don't know if
that
that's
some
possible.
players have.
Needs the taps, needs to play the piano, 1 key at a time. Well, that is a really, I mean, this could be a drastically different round. Or drastically, as Dan would say.
I mean, that is... I think this just... They're creeping into his crosshair. Their heads... And he's,
How unusual.
and he's clicking on them, and he gets no damage.
I believe the scoped AUG is one of the most accurate guns in the game as well.
Yeah, for like
At least on the first bullet.
the first 4 or 5 bullets are almost a laser beam with that thing.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he pulled down too hard, too early, maybe. If there's replay, I could confirm.
Okay. First bullet. Oh, I see. I see what happens. His first bullets were on, but he was too far to the left and he was hitting the side of that crate. That's the problem, he's hitting the crate. Oh man. And I guess because he's scoped in and he's assuming that the reticle is good in that spot, but it's not quite perfect.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. The dot was partially on the crate. Wow, that's gutting because that lost them the round. Either way, Singularity though, not gutting for them. They are well on their way to equalizing if they were able to pick up this one. Hydrex with the harassment of the B apartments. He's smoked the end of balcony. I know an end of balcony smoke, but it takes about 50 seconds to blue.
Yeah,
I'm sure you threw that. I think that, well, actually, we'll talk about it in a second because we've got to focus on the round here. Singularity have double mollies in the apartments, forced away from the B bomb site, but they've managed to pick off Fur in the window, which will maybe cover the rotation a little. We've got Phelps in, sorry, Cold in spawn, with angles being held. I don't know if that scope was heard by these players. Ryan spotted, and Sheikh Zula's going to have to be careful. He's got a bomb round connector, and with that pick, that may deter them from continuing on, unless someone else can take him out. Oh, the timing, the timing, the timing. Oh, he goes for the long spray. Just 1 bullet required to the head.
Oh no.
Still alive. Taking some pot shots. The bomb is being planted. Phelps is doing some work. OC's been taken out. Bomb planter still alive. Sheikh Zula. 3 versus 2 retake. More damage with grenades, but they're all still alive. Cold Zero with his AWP. 3 players in the red now, more or less, for MiBR. Floppy with so much to do. Can't do it.
Just
And there's 11 for MiBR.
a strew of, I guess, bad peaks by Singularity. They're all slow peeking into Alpers, which is never a good thing. And before they got the bomb down, you saw Fallen pick off a guy in Connector before OC got to the ramp. So I think what should happen is that the guy in Con right here should have waited 10 more seconds. Let OC get a little closer to A ramp, so if he does get picked off on top of the spot, he's ready to exchange immediately towards falling on top of Ticket. Right, it's just that little timing spot where he's looking there, he can't be aiming over here, right? So just hold off for 5-10 seconds. Way different round.
That's a great pop flash. Look at that. Wow. And that's what I'm talking about. Great aggression. Although he's a bit stuck in mid, so Cold Zero come out to help him. And they have just desecrated Singularity's mid-rounds.
It's another shot missed there by Taco. Hydrex still alive. And Floppy collects the bomb.
Floppy.
Man like Floppy. NASA, I believe, still use floppy drives in some of their machines, or they used to until SpaceX came along. Moving along into the B bomb site now is Floppy. Oh, beautiful peek from Hydrex because Floppy needs to cross the window with the bomb. He knows all the angles, Hydrex, and suddenly it is a 2 versus 1. Taco down to the USP. That's a great shot onto Hydrex, but Floppy 66 HP. The USP might not be enough, but that HE makes all the difference. 6 bullets for Taco, but he can't get there. Not the last shot.
Was this AWP empty or something? What happens?
You have no confidence. You have to have the confidence.
Because that feels like you should be pulling the AWP out there.
AWP is a confidence gun. And I wouldn't think Taco is the most confident player on the team. Otherwise, he'd be pulling out that AWP.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Dan's at a point now where he's actually made an effort to learn some grenades.
Nice.
But now he wants to throw them even if they're irrelevant. Like, there was a pistol round on Mirage and he threw the balcony smokes. Like, why have you done that? It's harder to exit because of your smoke now. We're more likely to lose the round. Fallen collecting some weapons, well, a weapon, not plural, unless you considered a HE weapon, which was also collected in Palace, and he falls back, which will be heard by the player on T ramp, which is Sheikh Zula. Not much he could do with a Mac 10, and as there's a play into the B bomb site, he's on a long rotation, so I feel like his position's been more or less wasted. Maybe it's a plan B for Singularity, 5 versus 2. It doesn't seem like it's working out for them. And there is Sheikh Zula on that rotation from T ramp, so maybe he had a plan with his teammate who was in Palace. Didn't work out, teammate got taken out, and he's just there on his own now. Can't really go for any range attack, so unfortunate first pick for Singularity. The rest fell apart, and now they didn't have much money. And MiBR 4 rounds away from a 2-0. MiBR, Justin Bieber. I think we can call them made in Brazil again now that they actually have a team of people from Brazil.
No, we can't. Because the team owners will get annoyed.
Really?
Well,
because they established the brand as MiBR after they had non-Brazilian players, but
they kindly requested
yeah.
they be referred to as MiBR, which is fine.
So I don't know if it still stands that way or not. Because if they ever transfer somebody and get someone who's not Brazilian, then they'd have to do it back again. So that'll create confusion, I suppose. Hydrex. Ooh, he's nailed it. Hydrex versus Taco. Krieg! Let's go!
That was an eco round.
Give me the Krieg. It was indeed. Beautiful stuff there. Just chaos. Run and gun. Deagle headshots. OC with the double. Yeah. It feels so good. Krieg headshots, Deagle headshots. These are the things that excite me at the moment. And AWP headshots. And Scout headshots.
It's a lot of things.
Those are the things that you'll see me doing.
What about nade kills?
No, that's no.
That's one of the most satisfying things, is nade kill. Feel good about yourself.
I like nade damage though. I like
damage, but not frags.
Exactly. So I like to soften them up for my teammates.
Team player.
I like to see that utility damage tab rising, soaring beyond everybody else. So
surely it would rise even more if you killed them.
Not necessarily.
Carry on.
Well, we've got a lot of presence towards the B apartments here. They have been sort of lurking this position fairly often each round, so you don't necessarily know how many is in this position. So MiBR are respecting this, having 2 on the B bomb side, with Fur keeping tabs on mid with some peaks every so often. But this is a very slow round for Singularity, and they haven't done too much in the last 30 seconds. So if Fallen's starting to ask questions here, you can see he's thinking, okay, this is a timing where I would expect if they're going to go A, there'll be people here. And he hasn't seen them yet. He's got a deep position, and that's very surprising for Ryan. But Fallen to see 2 players pushing into that spot at that time in the round, that tells MiBR it's going to be A. They know it now.
The A bomb site is being executed upon. You see the importance of that Molotov by the bench, because coldzera was about to make a play and look around that smoke, but he was denied from doing so. But he'll get there eventually, the transfer as well. From pillar to post, from coast to coast, MiBR with 13 rounds. Now, if they can avoid this eco round, they may be onto something. 3 rounds away from victory, MiBR. Singularity in a very, very bad spot. Around $1,400 on far too many players. This is disastrous. Do they, I mean, what do they do? What do they choose to do here? They've taken a timeout. Do they go for a force buy? Do they expect to play against, well, 11 to 15? They're not going to have the tools to do much if they don't.
I think you have to force buy in this situation. It's going to be a double save at this point, so might as well try to get something out of it, chip away, because the rounds have gone back and forth, and so the more kills you get on the CT side or against the CTs, the better chance you'll have even set up for the next round because MiBR is kind of poor in a way. So I'd say buy and try to do like something together. They're listening to the stream because they did it.
Okay, well, they have had success with pistols in the previous rounds. Fallen coming into mid though, waiting for them to burst. He doesn't know that there is to be a burst just yet, and he will fall away. But will he return in the nick of time? Perhaps he will now, as he's heard the running. Oh god, there's too many. He wasn't expecting him to be so far up. He misses the second shot, and now he is dead meat up to Phelps to save it. And he's going to get double or triple peek there. Fur coming out of the, I think, underpass. I'm not sure where he came from, but it's good damage, but no frags. And once again, the pistols are just winning because MiBR overextends and then overcommit.
It's a great shot from coldzera. No sound cues afterwards. Slipping away into the ether. Sacco had an opportunity, had to land that one. Not as sharp as he normally is right now. coldzera creates some space.
Ooh.
Now the bomb planter Sheikh Zula's only got 12 HP, and coldzera considers resetting the situation, going around to that short area. But he will just hold by the till, some good cover. Solid metal till, old school.
Waiting for the plant, because if he moves and there's no plant, then he has no idea where his opponent is. But if he hears the plant, not only does he know that it is definitely this bomb site, he knows exactly where that player is for 3.5 seconds. And that limits the options down, although he will pick the wrong one. There you go. Sheikh Zula takes it, and that is a very surprising victory. They should not have been winning that round. MiBR can't really afford to lose rounds like that because their money sucks so much, and now they're in a spot where they have to think, all right, half buy. Well, okay, no, they don't have quite enough for a force, like a good force buy, so they will half buy. First got a Mag 7. Ugh. Mag 7's sign of a desperate time.
Yeah, that last round, MiBR was lacking on the support towards middle. Fallen was in connector in a vulnerable spot. As we said, Albers by Khan would be very vulnerable. And so lack of flashes for MiBR and the missed shots from Fallen just almost spelled disaster. Lost him the round. Kind of snowballed and losing the round.
So this is a frag that Fern needs. And if he gets this, maybe there's a chance for MiBR in the round. But because if he picks up that kill, assuming the bomb's rotating through T-spawn, suddenly things get very complicated. Phelps has more to work with, but instead he's just stuck here by Shadow, trying to do what he can, but there's only so much he can do, and it's not enough to have an impact on the rounds. So, bomb goes down, and that'll be the equalizing rounds. This is going down to the wire between these two teams, and I think that, given MiBR being MiBR and all, that they would have higher expectations for themselves. It used to be the case that when we would have ECS seasons and previous to that, actually no, ECS seasons, that we had SK, or actually yeah, FACES seasons too. You'd have the Brazilian core, and there'd be loads of times when they would drop barely a map, the entire round robin stage of the online portion. But here they're sort of struggling against one of the weaker teams that we have in the North American online segment.
Some revenge there.
This just shows how much competition there is in Counter-Strike.
Agreed, yeah, you're right.
The people are hungry, they're practicing, they want to become the best, and
Can't stay still.
yeah, and a little bit maybe is because MiBR's been in NA for too long. Maybe because technically, a lot of people go to Europe to boot camp. Why? There's better competition there. There's a lot stronger teams. So maybe being in NA for so many years kind of made them dull a little bit. Not as sharp as they used to be.
Okay, we have the mid smokes, top mid, short, and window for Singularity to move into mid. Bomb is towards T-Rab, so they definitely have intentions to hit A. And Fur has a great position up on the palace, so if his teammates flash in when the split eventually comes in, it'd be good times. But this flank is everything.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god, this is going to be very powerful. If Ryan actually gets a backstab on the B players, it's going to cause so many problems. And their bomb's actually rotating towards B apps now. Oh my god, he's doing it perfectly here. Just stalking his opponents, trying to get as much information as possible. Where's the second player? Doesn't see him on short. There it is. And
oh,
perfect.
No. What the heck?
I haven't seen something like that since I think it was Virtus Pro against a team of Hundenon. I think it was when he went through B apartments and did that.
That is so perfectly
Many
played.
moons ago. That's devastating for
Talk
MiBR.
about Pasha.
Yeah.
Ah, that plays funny.
Phelps now has to hold on to this AWP. What is going on? That is absolutely wild.
That might actually send us to 3 maps, or because I mean, obviously it's not one just yet, but unless Singularity sort of throw it away somehow, they have such a decisive advantage now. I've seen so many people in like pugs and stuff that they play with. They'll pick the wrong target in spots like that. They'll like always pick the easier target and then spray transfer to the guy that's mid to long range. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?
It's like when people are planning the bomb as well. You want to go for the person not playing the bomb because the guy's playing the bomb. He's playing the bomb. He can't shoot you. So
and he has gun draw afterwards too. So
it's like there's time and delays. So usually you want to kill the non-planter, then go straight for the planter.
Depending on I guess yeah,
it's always situational, but
sure.
I guess
but most
generally
of the
with them, yeah.
Yeah. Bomb down is not important if they have enough players to defend it after.
MiBR have to play for overtime. I don't know. I mean, I suppose yeah, their buy will be fine. So they've bought what they are comfortable buying. Fallen in the middle of mid, he knows someone's going to come for him if there's somebody there. And he manages to escape for now. Taco, no luck with the Desert Eagle. And Hydrex moves into the B bomb site. No one else is there for MiBR. But it's a long rotation for Singularity. And the CTs will get there first, which is maybe why... I don't know that they're necessarily committing to this. Hydrex still trying to hold things down. Floppy was making his way towards the A bomb site, but Hydrex again another round where he seems very comfortable to just take out all these players on the B bomb site.
Yeah, the Krieg is just so awesome, you know. Like I'm glad that more people are using it. Furio, obviously the first team that really caught on, but it is super sick. There are certain spots where the Krieg is not going to perform as well as the AK, just because 1, people know the AK spray better, and 2, I think the AK spray is a bit easier because the way that the Krieg is, you angle it down to the left, it feels kind of awkward to... Maybe that's something people will get used to.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll start to see just all Kriegs. There is a world where that could happen.
You never know. There's a nice run by Hydrex. He's pretty much showing no respect to MiBR. He's peeking by himself, everything. And MiBR is probably not expecting someone like a person on Singularity to just not care, you know? There's always a sense of hesitation, or maybe you're a little worried or scared a little bit because, you know, you're playing against MiBR, one of the best teams in the world.
I was going to say, actually make the point that for Singularity, this must be so hype.
Yeah.
Because these are players they probably watched before they themselves were even out of like main or something like that. And here they go. Quick B rush. Hydrex doing it again.
Coldzera expecting them to go from one way, committing to it. They came from another. And MiBR are playing for the... Well, they're both playing for the map at this point in this particular round. There is the trade. There's no kill on these final 2 players. The bomb's just now getting planted, though. So that is quite something. For just about holds on to get that frag, leaving OC by the bench. He knows the second player is somewhere, moving forward, trying to force the issue. It's a gamble, trying to get past the short area. Did Fallen spot him? He did. A tag onto the wall first. He's waiting now. Beautiful fast shot from OC. There's no kit for Fallen. He's trying to invite the peek, and there it is. We're not done with this just yet.
Oh, just a better post plant would have been great. I mean, they had the bomb, they had the kills, and then Hydrex got too excited, peeked too much, and got punished for it.
He actually had a better fight as well. Like I feel like he probably gets that kill most of the time. He shot first. He just sort of messed up his recoil control slightly.
Well then, despite winning the round, look at the buys for both sides. Singularity had plenty of money. The Kriegs continue. We've got 2 MP9s. So Taco can change his positions and play close on the B bomb site. Coldzera will have to look for some close quarters engagements as well. both of them on B. How do you play short of an MP9?
Oof, I don't know. Not my weapon of choice. Nice flash.
Wow, that's a nice pop flash.
Yeah, I like it.
Cloud9 have you can do it from the, when that one has cover, but you can do it from the next to the window. There was a pistol round Cloud9 did against Ninjas in Pyjamas with pop flashes. It was absolutely glorious. But enough about that. Fur is in the connector position. It's Brittle. They saw him. He didn't manage to fire a bullet, and this one is falling to pieces. Fallen is in a very awkward spot, and I think that's it. 2 versus 5, double MP9. Yeah, the bomb is there, but there's a minute on the clock.
Oh my god!
And there's just too many people alive. So I don't see how they can really do this despite the bomb being there.
I think Taco getting spotted as well was a big problem. I don't know why
Coldzera can't help him.
I don't know why he's holding a pixel gap at that range as well.
The MP9.
With an MP9.
That's a little risky.
This is... Oh, that had to be an instant kill. If he had an AUG, that would be so interesting. But yeah, this looks pretty over for Coldzera. Look how safe Singularity is playing. They're just protecting the VIP right now. They're on oil rig. They're about to reach the helicopter.
There it is.
Spray.
Singularity, partly thank you to some eco and force round wins late in the game. Break the money of MiBR and break MiBR and take it to a surprising third map, all things considered.
Well, surprisingly as well, this could actually already be over in favor of Singularity because they started off Nuke looking really good, and I felt like, I don't want to say that they threw it away, but I felt like they had all the potential to take Nuke also. So right now it seems like they found a MiBR in a spot where MiBR are not feeling it, and we saw some great plays like Hydrix. I got to say, he really woke up into the T side. We saw excellent plays from him with the Creek. This was one of many clutch rounds that he was able to pick up for his team. And this blank as well, another ridiculous round that just absolutely smashed MiBR, and this was another one of the other Krieg rounds from Hydrex. So you can see what it took for them to bring it this far. It took individual plays.
Yeah, Hydrix played really well. Yeah, we saw the rounds from Ryan as well. Overall, Singularity had some good rounds individually, but Hydrix, above and beyond, he was just a monster, just out-fragging everybody. Entry killing too.
Yeah, he dominated around that B bomb side. There were a few rounds where he just took out a lot of people and really allowed that rotation to come in, held down his position for the most part. Really nice stuff, and quite surprising, quite shocking for MiBR. We moved to Overpass. That will be the deciding map in this best of 3 series. And I think like Singularity coming into this with nothing to lose, and MiBR have everything to lose. How will that impact both teams? We will find out after the break. See you soon.